Sokoto Caliphate founded in 1804. Led by Osman Danfodio, a Fulani Islamic scholar and revolutionary, the jihad overthrew corrupt rulers in northern Nigeria and established a vast Islamic caliphate based on the Sharia law.
After the Fulani conquered the northern part of Nigeria, what next? What followed shaped the history of the northern part of Nigeria for what seemed like forever. Pay attention. You see, Uthman Danfodio did not just lead a jihad. No. He founded an Islamic empire called the Sokoto Caliphate. You see, after the conquest of the northern part of Nigeria, the Fulani unified the northern part of Nigeria under Sharia law, Islamic scholarship, and Fulani leadership. They ruled the north from Sokoto to Adamawa. That is why in Nigeria today, you will hear Sharia law, Sharia law. It did not just start today. That is what was used to unify the northern part of Nigeria, the Sharia law, the Islamic scholarship, and the Fulani leadership. You see, Uthman Danfodio, after the north has been conquered between 1804 to 1808, he created a decentralized system of administration in the north. He created Caliphate, the Sokoto Caliphate. Some historical evidence pointed out about the Wandu also. So he created emirates in the north and appointed people in charge of each of these emirates. He called them the emirs. So the emirs were in charge of the emirates. So today when you hear the emir of this, the emir of that, that is Uthman Danfodio creation of an institution in the northern part of Nigeria. And by extension, they infiltrated into other geographical space in Nigeria where they conquer. That's why today you can hear the emir of Ilorin, even when Ilorin happens to be in the western geographical location in Nigeria. But they have an emir because they have conquered and what? Decentralized their institution. So people were in charge of positions. They created a system that enabled the payment of taxation. For example, you had the Waziri. He was the head of the officials. They had the Galadima. He was the head of the capital. They had the Madawaki. He was the commander of the army. They had the Dogari. He was the head of the police. They had the Maji. He was the treasury officer. They had the Salikin Rowa. He was the head of the fishing place. They had the Salikin Father. He was the head of the palace workers. And they had the Salikin Power. He was the head of the butchers. The one you can call abattoir. So to go to abattoir, you have to meet the Salikin what? Power. To go to the head of the officials, you meet the Waziri. To go to the army, you meet the Madawaki. To go to the police, you meet the Dogari. To go to the treasury, you meet the Dogari, treasury officer. So people were in charge of positions. It was decentralized. People were paying taxes, but power and loyalty flowed back to the Caliphate, the Sokoto. He made his son, Muhammad Bello, and his brother Abdullahi in charge of the key legions. Some historical evidence pointed out that his son Muhammad Bello was in charge of the Sokoto Caliphate, while his brother Abdullahi was in charge of the Wandu. So these were systems that were there at that point in time. So with time, the Sokoto Caliphate became the biggest and the most organized pre-colonial Islamic states in Africa. But you see, with power came tension. Not everyone accepted the Fulani dominance. Some indigenous groups resisted. They resisted, while others were absorbed into that system. Okay? Now you have to understand that the Fulanese did not just conquer the north. They created an empire. That empire shaped the politics, the religion, and the power structure of the northern part of Nigeria till date. And that empire also shaped the politics, the culture, the history, and the power structure of every region where they found their presence. Like as you can see in Ilorin, that part of Nigeria, even if it happens to be in the west, they still have the emir of that place till date. That's what you need to understand. But you know something happened. The British came in 1903 and everything crumbled to an extent. As much as you might want to discredit the Fulanese for their conquering nature, one thing you can't take away from them, that where they have come to stay. And most times their dominance is irresistible, if not checkmated and washed.
The Hausa cannot be identified anymore in Nigeria. Only the Fulani people are the people that you can identify them. Anywhere you go, every office you go, you see a Fulani man working there. Why today that the main pure Hausa people that in Nigeria since 9th centuries to 13th centuries, they're in Nigeria before the Fulani came, Usman Dan Fodio came and took over because of religion. Now, you'll be surprised to know that the Hausa people, they become insignificant in Nigeria, while the Fulanis are leading. You'll be surprised to hear that. And it's not something that is very surprised. Let me just say 15 naira. The road was Zobia. If you look at it, it's a unit that is a union between three major tribes in Nigeria. Wazobia. That is Hausa, Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. Isn't it? But currently, the Hausa are not there. It was Fulani that is there, not the Hausas. So now, what caused all this? The Igbo are very significant in Nigeria because the Igbos has senators, has governors, has House of Assemblies, they has everything. They were once a leader in Nigeria. We have Nnamdi Azikiwe, we have Igwe Rison before, right? But the pure Hausa people have nothing to offer to Nigeria, even when they are Zo. You see where the problem is coming from? Yes, you see where the problem is coming from. So the sincerity is the Hausa people are insignificant. You cannot even identify the pure Hausa people that will call them Hausa Bakwai. The only people you only observe, the only people you've seen is Banza Bakwai. That is Hausa Banza Bakwai, which is the Fulanis and the other tribe. They have leads from the north before. Then if you think I'm joking or I'm lying, go back and check the history, because I'm here to tell you what really happened. The true thing is the pure Hausa cannot even identify themselves again anymore.
Many people from Benue State have asked me these questions based on the video that I made concerning the governor of Benue State. So they said, what right does the Fulani herdsmen have to make a governor in Benue State? Another person said, what right does the Fulani herdsmen have a polling unit in Benue State? Now I will answer you. Why did the APC candidate, George Akume, an APC candidate, come on air in 2018 to say that the killing that is happening in Benue State and all those bombing that are killing people in Benue State, that the Fulanis are not the one doing it, that it was the government of Benue State that are killing the citizens? Why? What right does the Fulani herdsmen and the Mietiala organization have to come to Benue State and dare the former governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, that they are going to mobilize a group that will stand against the anti-open grazing law, which he established in 2017 and 2018. What right does the Fulani herdsmen have to, from their own state, and come to Benue State to challenge the law that was made in Benue State? What right do they have? Knowing fully well that Benue is not their state of origin. On the day of the establishment of the Amnesty International, which some European people came and other parts of the world came that day, the statement of George Akume was presented to the whole world that it is not the Fulani herdsmen that are killing people in Benue State, that it was the Benue government that are killing their citizens. Why? What did you people do that time? I'm asking the citizens of Benue State. It was the statement of George Akume that the Fulani's National Secretary read to the whole world, that it was the government of Benue State that are killing the people of Benue State and not Fulani herdsmen. Why? What did you people do? Answer me, and then I will answer your question, if there is any other.
The Sokoto Caliphate was the largest empire in West Africa, stretching from present-day Cameroon to Burkina Faso. It became center of Islamic education, trade, governance, with cities like Sokoto, Kano, Zaria flourishing. Other Fulani-led states and kingdoms. Masina Empire Mali, founded by the Seko Amadu in 1818 in the inner Niger Delta, it was theocratic Fulani state. Funta Jalo, Guinea, and Funta Turu, Senegal, powerful Fulani Islamic states known for early jihad in the 1700. Adamawa Emirate, Nigeria and Cameroon, founded by the Modibo Adama, the disciple of Danfodio, spreading Islam and Fulani governance into the Central Africa.
This morning, a friend who lives in the US asked for my advice to start a farm. And I said, don't do it. We ourselves here who are running a farm, we are having serious headache because there is serious human resource crisis here. There is serious integrity issue in Nigeria. The cause of our poverty, I'm convinced, it's not even lack of cash. There is evil and lack of integrity. They just went to my farm. I just got a report, from the guy who manages my farm. People went there. The potato stems that we planted, people when they stole all of them, stole them to go and plant. People go to my farm, they steal the ripe palm fruit, they steal plantain, all kinds of things. And this thing is scary because you steal someone's property and use it to feed your children. And then in the future, you wonder, you start looking for who your enemies are. You are your own enemy. You're the one destroying yourself. So somebody labors with his own money, sweat, plants something, and you go harvest it, and you don't have fear. It's terrible. So if you're thinking about running any business, not just farm in Nigeria, from abroad, think twice. You're going to lose that money. This is why I teach the financial markets, because right now I have put embargo. I've put a stop to all farming activities. I'm going to put my money somewhere in the financial market. It's much better. Nobody will steal it there. And then I'll have peace of mind. And if you want to learn more, the Financial Fitness Challenge, the new one, the new cohort is enrolling from today. So you can actually send me a message or just a comment under this WhatsApp message, and I'll give you the details, especially if you live in diaspora, for how you can invest back home, but not to start a farm because you're going to lose that money. Whatever happens, keep showing up because you never know. It's coming your way next.
Racism and discrimination against Fulani people. This is an intentional campaign. I will explain. Fulani people are Africa's largest nomadic tribe with more than 40 million people. We don't know exactly because statisticians lie about Fulani demographics. Fulani people are found in the following countries: southern Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, southern Libya, southern Egypt, all over Sahel, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia, Mauritania, Senegal, all West African countries, usually in the north. Eurocentric and globalist institutions like Wikipedia will usually describe Fulani people as a West African tribe. That is not true. That's a narrative. Fulani people are originally from North Africa and the related Canaan, and have historically migrated into the greener areas of West, Central, and East Africa because of desertification, similar to other nomadic tribes like Tuareg, Tubu, Baggara, and other Bedouin tribes. I get many reports from Nigeria, also Guinea-Bissau, and Senegal, and recently Gambia, of racism, discrimination, and hatred towards Fulani people. Fulani people are demonized, painted as villains, and as not belonging to Africa. When the West talks about the fundamentalist Sahel, they usually refer to Fulani people. Even in the popular Hollywood movie Dune Part 2, the southern desert people were depicted as fundamentalists, obviously referencing Fulani and related nomadic people. They used propaganda campaigns and division to divide Fulani people, calling us by different names such as Pul, Pullo, Fula, Fulbe, Fulani, Felata, Tukulor, Bororo, Embroro, Umbroro, Wudabe. We are all the same people. Tukulor just means Fula from Futa Toro. Bororo means nomadic Fula. Felata is Fula in Arabic. Fulani is Fula in Hausa. As the globalist powers are busy fighting third world wars in Ukraine and in Middle East, there are great opportunities for the truth to be known about Fulani people and Fulani land issues to be raised. Brings the question, where should nomads live? Zone A, Zone B, or Zone C?
Welcome back, my people. I know many of you must have watched and understand the thing we be say it go on for here, because it is belong that we've been telling you guys that this is the plan that this guy is come with, and there are some persons out there who don't normally even know how all these persons that are buying our people now even come to our country. They first of all, according to that first guy, first of all, this seem like the way they came to this country is this. They came to this country through all these guys, all these northern guy who claim to know God more than any other person, because they use jihad and many other things to confuse them or deceive them. That is why you see they're quickly falling, or they quickly fall for them. If not for those guys, I don't think all these guys now will be see that they buy us now, therefore if we get any chance of getting to this country, because the first time we see they come, many people from the south, they understand now, see all these people, their agenda is to come to buy people, then be no gree. But all these guys, as they don't carry jihad, meet them, they quickly fall for them. So now why they happen now? But now them they suffer now them no fit even get any seat. Now we be see they go fit when it come to political seats. If you understand how everyone will be see them talk where you don't talk, you go no say okay, all the seat will be see all these northern people deal where we talk see na Hausa be northern people dey now, most of them na Fulani, na them full there now wetin they talk, and you will be see the else now. If you get anything where you want to talk on this, make it drop up on inside comment section. And also if this is the first time, kindly like, share, subscribe. Thank you.